version of it? What's different? What's changed in this training camp do you think is going to bring out that version of Ryan Garcia?
Very good question. When you have mind, body, and soul, and you got in your heart, you got a winning fighter right here. I'm so proud of my son.
Joe Goossen, you had an interesting press conference last time with you and Ryan. How has training camp gone with Mario? What have you guys been working on, and what do you think he's going to show on Saturday?
Well, Mario has been a model fighter in the gym during this training camp for 3 months. He's exceeded expectations. He's tackled every assignment I've given him. He knows that Ryan's a tough guy. That's why he works so hard. You know, they're both great fighters. I've got the world champion sitting right here. And, you know, our goal, basically, we have one goal, and that's to retain the title and keep it. And I know that they would like to have it. And Ryan's going to get in the ring. He's going to fight his hardest. He's a great fighter. But I got the champ of the world right here. We put in the work. We put in the sparring. We put in the road work. And, you know, I like my guy in the fight, period.
I really know until you're in the ring how sharp the person really is. You know, I hear a couple things in his sparring and a couple things in his training, but I can't really go off of that. So for me, I'm just preparing myself, and I have as the best as I possibly can. And now when I step in that ring, I know myself will be 100%. So we just have to see when he's in there how he is. But I definitely don't think it's something I haven't seen.
You know, asking a fighter how they're feeling is kind of a generic question, but for you it's kind of appropriate given what's happened over the last couple of years. Where are you at mentally, physically, coming into this fight?
Well, I think I could do a lot of talking and say, you know, oh, I'm prepared the best I can. You could just look at me and just kind of see the shape I'm in and how I look and kind of have your own opinion on it. I think that speaks enough.
You have to go back a while, a number of years, to when your dad was your head trainer for these fights. How has this camp been with your dad? Has it felt like kind of old times with him back in charge?
Yeah, it does feel like old times, you know. There's been a couple moments where it just feels like, man, it's like swinging back to like 2020 throwback, you know what I mean? Mark Astro came by the gym, everybody's coming by the gym. It just felt like, you know, a little bit of a throwback. This song really spoke to me. It's called Open the Eyes of My Heart, Lord. And it just brought me back to when I was 8 years old. Just all the hard work that I've been putting in since, you know, coming from Victorville and everything, just kind of throwing everything back. So it feels good to be back with my dad, and technically we are undefeated, so together, and we're going to continue the streak.
You said winning a world title would be important for you, but you said it'd be even more important maybe for your dad. Why do you think that?
Well, you know, I always see myself, like when I feel fulfilled, it's when I'm walking that narrow path with God. So for this championship, I just feel like it's going to make my dad's life. Something about, you know, this is going to do something great for him in his heart. Of course, it means a lot for me, and I'm going to hold it with honor and pride and be the best champion I possibly can inside and outside the ring. And I think I'm ready now as a person and as a fighter to do that. So you're going to see the start of a whole new rise, you know, the King Ryan Empire, and yeah, I'm excited.
Got some history on the other side with Joe Goossen. Do you think that's more an advantage for Mario, or do you think it's an advantage for you?
It's definitely, I've said this before, I think it's an advantage for me. I definitely know how he's training. I know all the speed bag drills and he did it. And then the little bag work where you gotta go like this, you know, all day long. So I know exactly how he's training, and I know how I could train even better because I've trained exactly how Joe, and I've done everything Joe has asked as well when I was in there. So, and Joe knows I'm a hell of a runner. I don't think there's any fighter that could run better than me, you know, road work wise. So. He knows I could push it, and I could be a mean motherfucker. You know, come Saturday night, I'm gonna be a mean motherfucker.
Mario, you're the world champion here on on this stage. But a lot of the things that are part of this promotion have felt like it's a very Ryan Garcia type of event. Have you felt that? And has any of that bothered you?
Nah, none of it has bothered me. I know I'm the champion for a reason. You know, I know everything that I've been doing in the gym, everything I've been doing to prepare for this fight. I'm ready. You know, I'm not a talker when it comes to all this, but you know, every time I get in there, you know, I fight. I leave it all in there, and that's exactly what I'm looking forward to this Saturday.
You brought Joe Goossen onto your team for a reason. Do you feel like you've gotten something out of that over these last couple of months? And what are going to be the differences in Mario Barrios since then?
Yeah, no, you know, working with Joey definitely, you know, just like we just fine-tuned everything, you know, offense, defense, you know, things that I felt that I was missing in my last couple of performances, and you know, we got plenty of work in the gym, we got plenty of rounds of sparring. You know, I'm very happy with the way things went during this camp, and I really couldn't ask, you know, for much more. And yeah, like I'm just ready.
You said you didn't sign with Joe, work with Joe because of Ryan, but has his knowledge of Ryan been useful to you in this training camp?
I mean, I think how Joe said, you know, I think just you know, watching film on Ryan and his past couple of performances, you know, we can see a lot of flaws in his game plan, and it didn't take somebody knowing him, you know, personally, you know, to, I guess, to have an edge over him. But like I said, I mean, everything that we have worked on, you know, is for, you know, what pertains to his style, the way he fights, and yeah, I think we worked on everything that I need to be successful.
You said in interviews that you want to test him. You want to make him ask questions in the ring. What does that look like?
Just making him uncomfortable, you know, just trying to exploit his weaknesses, and yeah, you know, just every round, you know, just making him uncomfortable.
All right, Ryan, I'll give you the last word. Do you think he can make you uncomfortable? Do you think he can make you ask questions in the ring?
No. I don't.
All right, Saturday night right here at T-Mobile Arena, live on DAZN Worldwide, welterweight title on the line. Mario Barrios defending his belt against Ryan Garcia. We're going to face these two men off
tomorrow, but this was the final press conference. They got their final word in. Once again, challenger from Victorville, California, 24 victories, 20 wins by knockout, the former WBC silver and interim lightweight world champion, Ryan Garcia. And from San Antonio, Texas, with a record of 29 victories, 18 wins by KO, defending Ring Magazine, WBC, welterweight champion of the world.